Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and welcome to our video. For the title of this video is The Bill of Maritime, Labor Law, and Seafarers' Right. My name is Lukman Hakim bin Saiful Bakhtiar, student ID of uh, let me begin. The maritime industry is the backbone of global trade with over 90% of goods transported by sea. Behind this massive operation are seafarers, the men and women who dedicate themselves to working on ships facing both the vast ocean and numerous challenges. But how are their rights protected? Throughout history, seafarers have played a crucial role in connecting economies and societies. However, their working conditions have not always been fair. The maritime industry presents unique challenges, from long working hours to isolation at sea. To address these concerns, international and national laws have been established to protect seafarers' rights, ensuring their safety, fair wages, and proper working conditions.
My name is Korean E, and I will be presenting the Chapter 2, which is relevant laws, regulations, or conventions. First, the most important international convention for the seafarers is Maritime Labour Conventions, MLC. It is often known as Seafarers' Bills of Rights and was adopted by international labour organizations to standardize the seafarers' working conditions and protect their rights. It ensures the seafarers' rights to fair wage, reasonable working hours, adequate accommodations, and repatriation rights. According to this convention, the seafarers must not work more than 14 hours in any 24 hours or 72 hours in any 7 days period to prevent fatigue. Additionally, it also ensures the financial security for seafarers in case of abandonment or unpaid wage. Next, the second is International Conventions on Standard of Training, Certification and Watchkeeping for Seafarers, which is STCW. It is adopted by International Maritime Organization IMO, and it establishes minimum training and certification standards for the seafarers to ensure they possess the knowledge and skills to perform their duties safely. It also regulates the working hours and rest periods to reduce human errors, which is major cause of accidents. Under this convention, the seafarers are required to undergo a refresher training and certification revalidation to keep up with evolving technological advancement and safety protocols. The last is the International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, SOLAS. Although SOLAS is mainly focused on ship safety, it directly impacts seafarers' rights by ensuring that their workplace is safe. It sets minimum safety requirements for the fire protection measures, emergency drills, and life-saving equipment. Under this convention, the ship should be equipped with lifeboats, life jackets, and emergency communication system to ensure the seafarers' safety. Additionally, it also helps minimize the workplace hazard and protect the seafarers from avoidable risks.
Hi, my name is Cathleen Arma. So in these presentations, I'm going to present for the case studies part. In this assignment, we have two case studies, which the first one is the MV Aman. These issues have serious humanitarian, legal, and also economic consequences. While the Maritime Labour Convention, or known as MLC in 2006, provides a legal framework to protect seafarers, enforcement remains challenging. This research will examine ship abandonment through case studies and assess existing legal framework in addressing the crisis. Hi, my name is Cathleen Arma. So in these presentations, I'm going to present for the case studies part. In this assignment, we have two case studies, So today, we bring to light the harrowing case of the MV Aman, a cargo vessel abandoned off the coast of Egypt in 2017. This case is a stark reminder of the severe consequences of weak maritime regulations and the poor enforcement. Absolutely, imagine like we being alone on a stranded ship for nearly 4 years without food, water, or medical aid. It was the reality for Chief Officer Muhammad Aisha, who was legally forced to remain on board as the vessel guardian. This is not just an isolated incident, but it is exposes the major flaws in maritime laws. The Maritime Labour Convention in 2006 is means to protect seafarers, yet enforcement remains ineffective. Exactly like ship owners abandoned their responsibilities, leaving Aisha without repatriation or financial support. And there was no real accountability. The system failed him. So this case proved that stronger enforcement of international maritime laws is not just necessary, but it is urgent. Seafarers should never be left in such dire condition due to legal loopholes and lack of oversight. We must push for reforms to ensure that no seafarers is ever abandoned again. So the MV Aman case is a wake-up call, and we cannot ignore it. So today, we bring to light the harrowing case of the MV Aman, a cargo vessel abandoned off the coast of Egypt in 2017. This case is a stark reminder of the severe consequences of weak maritime regulations and the poor enforcement. Absolutely, imagine like we being alone on a stranded ship for nearly 4 years without food, water, or medical aid. It was the reality for Chief Officer Muhammad Aisha, who was legally forced to remain on board as the vessel guardian. This is not just an isolated incident, but it is exposes the major flaws in maritime laws. So ship abandonment is a serious issue, and while we have legal framework in place, enforcement remains a challenge. Take the Maritime Level Conventions in 2006, for example. It sets financial security provisions to protect abandoned seafarers, but enforcement gaps still allow ship owners to escape responsibilities. National laws like the UK Merchant Shipping Act and the Jones Act in the US try to hold ship owners accountable, ensuring that seafarers receive compensation and repatriation. However, enforcement needs to be stronger. That's why organizations like the International Transport Worker Federation (ITF) and maritime unions are advocating for stricter penalties against ship owners who abandon their crew. Some proposed reforms include mandatory insurance for seafarers. It's ensuring they're financially covered in case of abandonment, and government intervention funds to provide immediate financial aid when needed. Without this reform, ship abandonment will continue, leaving seafarers stranded without pay, food, or a way home. Stronger enforcement is not just necessary, but it is actually urgent. Alright, so now let's talk about the second case studies. Imagine being stranded at sea for over 6 months with no pay, dwindling food, and a ship owner who has completely vanished. This was the harsh reality for the crew of the MV Onda, a Panama flag vessel abandoned in the UAE in 2019. These seafarers, mostly they are from Philippines and India, had nowhere to turn until the International Transport Workers Federation, the ITF, stepped in. The ITF didn't just raise concerns, they looked action. So first, they worked alongside UAE port authorities and the government to push for a resolution. Then, they applied legal and diplomatic pressure, so making sure the Maritime Level Convention of 2006 was enforced, and the result, the crew got their long overdue wages and were finally repatriated home. This case is a powerful reminder to us without organizations like the ITF, ship owners could abandon their responsibilities without consequence. But with strong enforcement, international level, laws aren't just words on paper, but they protect real people. Imagine being stranded at sea, unpaid, without food or water, and no way to get home. That's the reality for many abandoned seafarers. So the Maritime Level Convention of 2006 was supposed to prevent this by requiring financial security for the crew members. But in these cases, like the MV Onda, enforcement didn't happen automatically. Seafarers had to rely on advocacy groups like the ITF to fight for their rights. So now, take the Seafarers Protection Act in the Philippines. This law gave Filipino seafarers legal recourse, and in the MV Onda case, the ITF used it to hold ship owners accountable. But what about those who don't have such legal protections? That's where port stage control comes in. Governments must strengthen oversight to prevent ship owners from exploiting weak enforcement in certain jurisdictions. Because right now, the system is falling to many seafarers. This case makes one thing clear: we need stronger enforcement and international cooperations to truly protect those who keep global trade moving. That's all from me. Thank you.
Next, Pantau Anak 1 will be present the potential improvement. First, strengthen enforcement mechanism. Automatic enforcement is the international regulations such as Maritime Labour Convention (MLC) 2006 should be automated. The minimized regulation. Stronger port state control is the implement stricter port state control measure to monitor the compliance, preventing ship owner from exploiting weak enforcement practice. Next is exchange provision for seafarers' financial security. Expand financial protection is broadened definition in the MLC 2006 to offer more comprehensive financial security for seafarers who experience. Next is the moderator insurance for ship owner is implement moderator insurance requirement for ship owner to cover the compensation for the seafarers. The last one is national regulation framework. Balancing national law with the international standard. Countries should adapt with a similar to the Philippine Seafarers Protection Act, which provide additional legal resources for seafarers. Next is the improvement collaboration between the national government, international organization, and maritime union to close the legislative gap and ensure the fair treatment for seafarers for the exploitation. That's all for me. Thank you.
So, to conclude, seafarers are the backbone of global economy, ensuring that goods, resources, and people are transported across the world's ocean. Despite the crucial role, many seafarers continue to face challenges such as poor working conditions, unpaid wages, limited access to medical care, and even abandonment. While international legal frameworks such as the Maritime Labor Conventions aims to protect their rights, enforcement remains inconsistent across different jurisdictions. Government, shipping companies, and international organizations must work together to strengthen regulatory enforcement and ensure that seafarers receive fair treatment. Public awareness also plays a vital role in driving policy changes and holding stakeholders accountable. By prioritizing the rights and welfare of seafarers, we not only uphold human rights but also contribute to a more sustainable and efficient maritime industry that benefits global trade and economies. That's all for now. Thank you for listening.